FHA and VA is a bit tricky, because especially if you're disclosing with a VA funding fee or that upfront mortgage insurance premium, and math hasn't been done yet to see how much of a refund you could probably get from the last FHA, or if they're exempt from the funding fee, right? And so when you get these disclosures out, it's all based on perception. Here's some advantages that I can share with you is the fact that number one is that those who are calling you are responding to a mail piece, right? So when they connect to you, are you ever asking them like, we have the same type of marketing, but it's called verification code. And so it's a little code and it's distinct and it's on that letter. I've seen other companies call it pre-approval code or mailer ID number. What you want to do is somehow, fit that in, because what we're going to do is we're going to build a story around that authorization code, right? And the story has to do with, you might have heard in some of my recent content where I'm always dropping the word campaign. So keep in mind that what we're doing now is we're not necessarily selling our company or ourselves. What we're doing is we're more or less providing information, inside intel regarding a campaign that's designed for those people who are on FHA or those who are on a VA loan. Does that make sense? Right. So now my cadence and my dialogue is going to switch up to sound a little bit more something like, yeah, you know what? We actually have a campaign with VA where we're assisting VA and reaching out to our veterans to ensure that you're kept fully aware of how this market may have impacted VA, but you have certain entitlements that are already available should you activate it that could do A, B, and C. Does that make sense? So now it's like we're doing this on behalf of VA or FHA, and it puts it a bit stronger because they don't need to know your company. They don't need to know your name, but they do know who FHA is. They do know who VA is, right? And now you've kind of blended together. And so that's going to create rapport. Whereas, stretching back to the authorization code, that's where your urgency is. So imagine if we're going through a phone call and I am confident it's the transition from after you get the credit pull to setting up the pitch. That's where the patch is needed. Because if we put this plan in place, I guarantee you're going to see a spike in business, right? And so I'm going to try to break it up in little different slots. So first off, once I connect with you within my opening script, I'm saying, hey, I'm authorized to provide you the information that you need. But before I begin, let me make sure I can even help you first, right? If I can, I'll show you, blah, blah. First off, can I ask you, do you have the letter in front of you? Can you please confirm your authorization code? I've given it weight, but I'm not going to speak on it much more. Does that make sense? Right. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket, because if in the event at close, I need to build some sort of urgency or some sort of perception that there is another campaign, your authorization code doesn't fit that campaign, but because of the benefit, I'm going to ask my manager to see if we can get you a new authorization code for this campaign. What they hear is, yeah, give me it, right? I want the hookup. And that's just primitive instinct. They want what they can't have.
Connected to Sales Remastered.